Hola, mijos. I got another story. The Lonely Dragon. Ooh, look at that scary monster. Except his wings are going backwards, but that's alright. Just an illustration, right? Relax. Close your eyes and listen. Imagine you're deep inside a dragon's cave. All around you are glittering piles of gold coins, sparkling jewels, and shiny gold and silver goblets. This is the story of a dragon called Dmitri. He had huge green wings and a long tail like a serpent that was covered in spots. He could breathe fire, and he had all the riches anyone could wish for. But Dmitri couldn't find the one thing he really wanted. What do you think that was? Dmitri lived on a rocky island with 1,000 sheep, 1,000 goats, and nearly 400 people who were all very scared of him. "What a great long scaly tail he has," they would say. "What long terrible claws. And when he breathes fire, why, he can burn an entire village to the ground." If Dmitri ever appeared outside his cave, the islanders would all run inside their houses, bolting the doors and windows. And every month they'd gather together a tribute for him, all the precious jewelry and gold they could find. Dragons love gold, they said. Our tribute is the only thing stopping him from attacking us. At first, Dmitri enjoyed making everyone feel scared. I must be very important, he thought to himself. Everyone has to do exactly what I want. Sometimes Dmitri played tricks on the islanders just to make them extra watchful. He would roar loudly, fly straight over their houses, or breathe a mighty blast of fire that burnt all the shrubs in its path to a cinder. "What a terrible dragon," he heard the islanders say. One day, Dmitri began to wonder if it might be better if the people weren't so scared of him. He certainly liked the treasure that was brought to him every month. He liked how it sparkled, and he loved the clinking sound it made as he swished his tail around it. But after a while, that got boring. One day, Dmitri decided he would try and have a talk with some of the villagers. He flew down to the mountain village. It was called Efeti, and he landed in the market square. "Hello," he shouted. "Is anyone there?" But all the villagers stayed inside their houses, quaking with fear. Dmitri eventually gave up and flew back to his cave. The next day, Dmitri decided to fly out to sea. He had spied a fishing boat on the horizon, and he'd had an idea. "I'll help the villagers go fish," he thought. "I'll sweep up all the fish in my tail and guide them toward the fishing nets. Then the islanders will want to talk to me." But when Dmitri flew toward the fishing boat, half the fishermen fell overboard in fright. Once everybody was back on board, they started to row toward the island as fast as they could. "The islanders won't have any fish to eat today," thought Dmitri sadly, "and they'll all blame me." For the first time, Dmitri felt how lonely he was. He would have given anything to have someone to talk to. "I don't want everyone to be scared of me," he thought, "and I don't want to be the most important person on the island. I just want to have a friend." The next day, a small boy called Spiros came to deliver Dmitri's gold. Spiros had been given the job because he had always been naughty. He'd play practical jokes, and he was always telling everyone how strong and brave he was. "I'm not scared of a silly old dragon," Spiros would say. Everyone got so fed up with Spiros' tricks and boasting that they all agreed he should be the person to deliver the dragon's gold. "It doesn't worry me," said Spiros, but he was shaking inside his boots as he reached the dragon's cave. However, Spiros noticed something strange. Instead of fire, he saw clouds of steam rising out of the cave. As he drew closer to the cave mouth and peered in, at first Spiros couldn't see anything at all. Then, as his eyes adjusted to the light, he made out the most enormous amount mountain of treasure he had ever seen. Beside it, his head resting on his wing, was Dmitri. Spyro saw that the steam was coming from Dmitri's nose. The dragon was crying. The tears were trickling down his cheeks and turning his fire breath into steam. At that moment, Dmitri looked up to see the small boy staring at him. Someone had ventured into his cave. Someone had come to see him. He was so grateful he rushed forward eagerly, and Spiros drew back in fright. "Oh, please don't go," pleaded Dmitri. "I don't want to hurt you. I'd just like to be your friend." Spiros stopped in his tracks. "My friend?" he said. "No one wants to be my friend. No one likes me because I play tricks on them all the time." "No one wants to be my friend either," said Dmitri. "No one likes me because they're scared of me." The boy and the dragon looked at each other. After a moment, they both smiled. From that day on, Spiros and Dmitri became the best of friends. Dmitri would take Spyros for a ride on his back, and so Spyros could see the whole island. Spyros and Dmitri saw how hard the people worked in the fields and fished in the sea, and were very sorry for all the trouble they'd caused. Soon the little boy and dragon were helping the islanders all the time. With Spiros' guidance, Dmitri helped them to fish and carry bundles of firewood. Spiros and his dragon were so kind and had so much fun to be with that Spiros soon became the most popular boy on the island. And everyone was so pleased with Dmitri's help that they came to love and trust him. "I don't want any treasure," said Dmitri. "I've got friends, and that's the most precious gift anyone can have." Everyone gets lonely. Even someone who seems to have everything they need. Always be ready to be someone's friend. It's easy to misunderstand people when you don't know them. Make the effort to reach out to others. Helping people is always a good way to find friendship. Look for the opportunities to help that might come your way. That's a wonderful story. I like it. But I love you boys, and I will talk to you soon. And I love you, and I'll try to have another story for you tomorrow. Okay? Love you. Good night.